Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and we are live here on YouTube. We are live on Rumble, and we go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. Let's go ahead and get into some of those super chats. What up, John Lord? What up, Mitch? Keep rolling with those Raiders. Hashtag Nation. I need someone to fill in for me, though, because if I keep doing it, we're in trouble, man. Let's go to Cameron. Nickname for the wide receiver room, the Adams family. You know what? I kind of like it. I told y'all to nickname the wide receiver room. Are we good with the Adams family? Next one. What up, Kirk Hall? Not to be a buzzkill, but will you ask Raider Nation to pray for the families involved in the mass shooting at the school in Texas? 14 students, 1 teacher. Thanks, Mitch. All right, everyone. Go down to the comments right now. Type RIP. But here's my statement of this, Kirk. You know, you're not being a buzzkill. You're talking about a very important thing that's going on in our world right now. It's Tuesday, but like prayers don't do anything. Like we need to be able to come up with gun control in this country. I know some people are gun owners. I know my dad's a gun owner. I know a lot of people out there. But you shouldn't be able to get guns as easy as it is. That's my statement on it. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. But how many more times does this need to happen for something need to change? That's my statement. Let's go, Ibra. Prayers to the kids and families in Texas, Mitch. I will send you a super chat for $100 if the Raiders sign Daryl Williams or OBJ, my top 2 free agent choices. I'll tell you this, man. If either of those things happen, we will be going live. We will be getting wild. And, yes, prayers to the families in Texas because, like, that's just it's a few hours away from where we're at here in Dallas. And you just can't even believe it, man. Can't even believe it. So we just went through some super chats there. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate everyone watching. And I always get asked, Mitch, I'm busy. I can't watch the live show. How can I get my question or comments on the show? Here's how you can do it. You can support the show by sending in a super thanks. It's literally just like a super chat on the video. Underneath every video, you're going to see a heart with a dollar symbol inside. You click that, you submit your question. I will answer your question and give you guys a shout out on future Raiders shows. What up, Troy Romero? F. Sam, Mitch, I seen a report that we are done making moves. What are your thoughts? So that report came from Vincent Bonsignor. I've said multiple times on the show, I don't consider Vinny an insider. I know he's got a blue check mark, but he's the king of Schefter. Somebody else credible tweets something out. 20 minutes later, yes, I can confirm. Until he starts breaking stories or he starts putting out, we'll say, I don't know, until he starts actually being an insider, then I'll believe it. But that's what he said, and then literally like 2 hours later, the Raiders went ahead and made a move. So don't believe what Vinny says. Just he's a guy who's trying to create content just like me. VV.com, if the Raiders wanted Bradberry, does that mean they still want a vet cornerback? Who is a vet corner we could try to get? It's a good question. I have said before that I think the Raiders are interested in going out and getting a veteran corner. The number 1 vet corner, if I were to bet on that we go out and sign or should sign, is Janoris Jenkins, the Jackrabbit. He's, yes, a veteran guy, but he's played in Patrick Graham's system before. I don't think he would cost a lot of money. It would be Janoris Jenkins as an outside corner. If the Raiders want somebody on the inside, my answer would be Chris Harris Jr. All right, so what about this? We're going to talk about trades here because I get asked a lot, hey, should the Raiders trade for this guy? What about this guy here and there? Let me know down in the comments, and if you want a question around a certain player we should trade for, go ahead, use hashtag Raiders. If not, let me know a player that the Raiders could potentially trade for down in the comments. What up, Jerry Balboa? Did I get that right? Mitch, what is one UDFA that you can see taking a starting spot? This is a hot take, by the way. I mean, yes, for any UDFA that could end up taking a starting spot, you're right. It is a very, very hot take. There's no doubt about it. I'll say this. The one player that I want you guys to just keep in mind, because I don't think there's a single UDFA that's going to start, so let's just say that. I'll say, though, that there's one UDFA that I have my eye on. His name's Sam Webb. He's a cornerback. I like his athletic ability. I also know that the Raiders like him quite a bit. Yes, he wasn't drafted, but with the need at corner and with some of the injuries that the Raiders have had in previous years at cornerback, I'll say the best chance of a guy starting at all would be Sam Webb. What up, Joshua Garcia? Appreciate the super chat, dog. Mitch, Hope you're doing well. My little brothers Rich and James. I thought you were telling your little brother's rich, like he's got a lot of money. My little brothers Rich and James wanted to shout out, and also their question is, how far do you see the Raiders going? I mean, you're hoping that they make the playoffs, but also shout out to Rich, shout out to James, spam those guys down in the chat, y'all. You know what to do. They were 10-7. I said if the Raiders don't go 10-7, if the Raiders don't make the playoffs, you're taking a step back. Is the Raiders' division harder? Is the Raiders' schedule more difficult this season? Yes, I can say all that. However, you just got to get in the playoffs, because if you get in the playoffs, you got a shot. Nobody thought the 4-12 Cincinnati Bengals would make the playoffs, make the Super Bowl. If you can get hot at the right time and you can play good football, you also got to be healthy. Like, that is a huge thing for teams that make that playoff run. You got to be healthy, you got to have good depth. All I'm going to say is make the playoffs, and then literally anything can happen. Anything can happen. What up? Whoopty Barbosa, any chance for a Terry McLaurin trade? I did ask, hey, send in those trade questions. I love Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is one of my favorite. He's probably one of the most underappreciated wide receivers in all of football. Hell of a route runner. He would fit phenomenal with Derek Carr. And if you're telling me right now, McLaurin, who sounds like he's having some issues right now with the Commanders, I think they still give him his money. But you're telling me right now, a second-round pick in next year's draft for Terry McLaurin, you might think I'm crazy. I'd probably do it because that's how much I like him. I think he's a hell of a player. He can be a number one. And we talk about OBJ a lot. I would rather trade for Terry McLaurin than go out and sign for OBJ. That's how much I like him. If the Raiders make a crazy move like that, y'all, obviously we're going to be going live like we always do for crazy news and rumors. But if you haven't already joined the Noti Gang, make sure you do. Subscribe to the Raiders Report. Click that bell underneath the video. Make sure you select all, so when I drop a video, when I go live, you are notified. Be one of the very first people to know. And I told you I'd be giving shout-outs to the Noti Gang. I will be doing it. A lot of content has happened, though. So if you want a future shout-out and you're a part of that Noti Gang, spam Noti Gang right now down in the comments. What up, Luis? I hate Bolts fans coming and talking crap about how Joey B will fold Carr. Joey B is made of glass and can suck a D. Send him a Manscaped so he won't have to floss. Yo, this is one of my... Not many comments make me literally LOL on the inside. This is definitely one of those. I mean, you gotta give Joey B some credit, though. He's a good player. They also had a Khalil Mack. I hope that this doesn't happen, but Joey B probably will be healthy for week 1. Week 13, I believe, is the next time the Raiders play him. Probably not going to be healthy then. What up, Trey LeFlame? Kadarius Toney or Jessie Bates? Good names here. Kadarius Toney, really, really athletic wide receiver for the Giants, and he's had a ton of issues. The issue is this. Kadarius Toney reminds me a lot of Damon Arnett. Sometimes a player can be talented. Toney's way more talented than Arnett, but they're dummies. That's the only way I can put it. They're dummies. They get in their way of themselves. Jessie Bates, on the other hand, safety for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's got franchise tag. He's still yet to sign that tender. It would be a lot of safeties, no doubt about it. It's definitely not the biggest need. But if the Raiders could pull it off, your secondary gets a whole lot better, and he's only 25 years old. What up, Daniel Keenan? Mitch, how do you see us playing against Unique with him talking shit about our team? I respect Gakwe because he brings that fire. He brings that athletic ability. So, what is the word I'm looking for? He just wants people to know that he's going to bring the intensity. That's the word. And I respect that. You know what, though? I also want to shut him up a little bit, because if you're going up against the Raiders, he better bring his A game, because I know the Raiders are going to want to go up against him and shut him out as well. Hopefully the Raiders can come away with a big-time victory. Now, guys, I'm all about good deals, and I wasn't going to show this, but shout out to Sam. He found this deal literally like a few seconds ago, and he's like, dude, you got to tell people about it. Chatsports.com/RaidersDraft. If you go to that link below, every single hat, every single t-shirt, every single hoodie that you see from this past draft is up on sale, up to 60% off. That hat was $36. It's like $14 now. These t-shirts, under $20. This hoodie was over $70. It's like $29. Like, up to 60% off. I don't know how long this deal is going to last for. If you want the new hat that the Raiders had for this draft, I get it. Mitch, the draft was in April. I don't give a shit. This is a pretty freaking good deal to me. I'm going to wear Raiders stuff. So if you go to chatsports.com/RaidersDraft, that link is going to be available for you all in the comments and in the description of this video. it's up to 60% off. So, like, I don't know how long that's going to last because if people are smart, they go ahead and take advantage of this deal right now. Ooh, boy, David Zahn, 50-piece. There's water and alcohol, I think. I think that there's water and alcohol, right? All right, David, how about this? If you want to take a shot for your $50 super chat, I will do it after this mailbag. We'll take some shots for David Zahn. But I don't know if you responded to my DM yet on Instagram, David. Okay, you did. I'll talk to you after the show. We're going to take some drinks on Wednesday, next Wednesday. Lock it into your calendar. What up, Trey LeFlame? I think we already answered this one. Toney or Jessie Bates? If I had to pick, Bates. Bill Holloway, if we don't get Williams, what other right tackle can you see us going after? No Trent Brown. Well, remember, Trent Brown he re-signed with the Patriots, so he's going to stick there. I'd say your other top options are Riley Reif. It's probably your other guy. I just think it's Daryl Williams or bust for me because he's the top guy out there. The Raiders seem confident in Brandon Parker, and maybe that's the route they go. I'm thinking Daryl Williams or bust. That's the route I'm going. But Bill, it's a good question. But yes, Riley Reif is another name to at least keep in mind. Tyler Garnett, how's Chuck doing? Well, if you guys want to stay up to date with my dog Chuck, he is 70 pounds now. He's much bigger. He is sleepy all the time, though I feel like he doesn't do that much. We've been going on a lot more walks, going to some serious dog parks to stay up to date on what's going on with Chuck the Pup. You can hit him up at It's Chuck the Pup or just follow me on IG. What up, Mail? Mail Route 489. Carr is thrown for 30 touchdowns only once. Do you think he does it this season? If not, will it be his final season? I do see Carr throwing for over 30 touchdowns. And you know what? While I'm answering this question, go ahead, get your votes in here. How many touchdown passes for DC in 2022? His career high is 32, right? And when you go out, you trade for Devontae Adams, you better hope, especially with 17 games, that you throw for over 32 touchdowns. I would say if DC doesn't throw for 35, you're going to be a little bit disappointed in this year. He's got the options. He's got the talent around him. He just needs to put all the pieces together, and you're hoping with McDaniels, who has been a lot better in the red zone than Greg Olsen was, that touchdown efficiency does end up going up. I will say this, though. If he has a bad year, this might be an unpopular opinion, it could be Derek Carr's final season with the Raiders. Why? They signed him to a contract extension, but they gave him a 1 year out. If the Raiders move on from DC next year, they can save $110 million. That's a lot of money. Do they want DC to succeed? Of course they do. But his contract is essentially a 1 year prove-it deal. I think Carr throws for about 34, 35 touchdowns. If he throws for 40, that would be great. But I also want this. If let's just say he doesn't throw for 30, let's say he's around 28, that touchdown or that interception number, that turnover number, better be under 10. It better be under 5. That's all I'm going to say. Now, guys, if you haven't already followed me on IG or Twitter, I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. I am more than happy to keep you guys up to date. That's what the show's about in the offseason. So that's an easy way to make sure you never miss anything going on around the silver and black. Instagram, Twitter, at Mitchell Renz 365. Next one. Big Z562. What up, Mitch? Big fan. So I got to meet Alex Leatherwood at the draft in Vegas, asked him guard or tackle. He said he's the starting right tackle. Well, he was. I mean, he was told that at the draft. It's one of the reasons why the Raiders went ahead and they reached on him at number 17. We had him as a potential starting right tackle, but also, or are you saying this year? If you're saying that he said starting right tackle this season, that is very interesting to me. When the Raiders, remember, one of the very first things the Raiders did, which I talked about a few times, they switched Leatherwood's position to right guard to right tackle. That would make me a little bit nervous because I think Leatherwood's footwork isn't there to be a tackle. However, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if he can be an upgrade over Brandon Parker, I'm on board with it. And then if that happens, then you can keep Andre James at center, throw Dylan Parham at right guard, and you're cooking with gas because Parker then is a pretty decent backup swing tackle. What up, Johnny Watson? You see Incognito out there, you think he is on our team. Incognito's not on the team. So the Raiders never brought him back. He was a free agent. He hasn't announced his retirement, but for somebody who had a calf strain and essentially put him out the entire year, 38, 39 years old, it's time for Richie Incognito, let's face it, to hang up the cleats. Larry42, who has the best offense in the division? Best offense in the division, it's a good question. Chargers are legit. Raiders are legit. Chiefs legit. Broncos are legit. I would say it's still a quarterback-driven league, and I hate being that guy. I'm still going to probably put my money on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. If the Raiders' offensive line can be average, I'll say the Raiders, because the offensive line is what scares me. Out of all the teams in that division, the offensive line for the Raiders is probably the worst. And for that reason, that's why I'm probably going to say the Raiders can't be number one. All right, Big Z, 562. Yes, this year, Mitch. All right, so if it was this year, it is intriguing to me. But again, he is still listed as a guard. If he's going to be that tackle, it's probably what he's working toward. It's also smarter for him to say that because tackles get paid more than guards. And if he can be a good right tackle, he's going to make a lot more money.